art people. In our last video, we finished coloring the background of our circle stamped flower bouquets. In this video, we are going to stamp the circles with our circle stamper. So if you are a cat at your table, then you can go to your supply station and get the paint box that you see here on my screen. All right, and if you are a dog at your table, letter D, then you can go get the circle stampers for your table from your supply station. They look like this here on my screen, so go ahead and go do that. All right, now that we have what we need, you can pick a color of paint, and there's only one bottle of each color. So if somebody gets the color we had our eye on, are we going to have a fit? No, it's okay because we can take turns, right? So if someone gets the color that you wanted to have, well, that's okay. You can just watch for a little bit, and then when they're done, they're only going to need it for just a second. They'll hand it to you. All right, so if you don't get the color you had your eye on right away, that's okay. So everyone go ahead and get a bottle of paint unless somebody has the color you want. Then you can just wait. And then you just pop the very tippy top of the lid off like that. And then pick one of your flowers and put a tiny dot of paint in the middle. Good job. Now you can push the cap back on the paint and put it back in the paint box with the lid facing down. And then if you were somebody waiting for that paint, you can go ahead and take it and put your dot of paint in the middle of your flower. And then you can take your circle stamper and press the yellow sponge onto your dot of paint, and it will spread out so you have a beautiful center of your flower. You can kind of stamp it a couple times so it has a nice bumpy texture there. Good job. And you can just set that down with the yellow part going up towards the ceiling, facing up, pointing towards the ceiling. And you can grab another color if you want. You can do the same color or a different color. For instance, I'm going to get some orange and then open up the top of that. Just the tippy top, not the whole top. And you can put a little dot of paint on the next flower. Take your sponge and press it down again. And again, you can just kind of bounce it a little bit to get that bumpy texture. Texture is just how something feels. Okay, and then you can put that back down. And you can grab another color. You should have 3 big flowers with big circles in the middle. Or you can just put another color on top of that one. As long as it's just a little tiny dot, you can layer the colors. So if you want to do a different color on top of one of those that you already did, and see what happens. The paint will change colors a little bit. It will mix a little bit. So my orange turned into more of a yellow orange because I added yellow to it. All right, and remember, you're allowed to mix 2 colors. So think about the color you want, and then think, how could I make that color? So if you want light green, you can do some green and then white on top. If you want dark blue, you could do blue and some black on top. Okay? But of course, everything will mix a little bit with what you already have on your sponge. So go ahead and you can start your last flower there. Alright, now any extra paint that you have left over on the brush, you can make polka dots on your background if you would like with just the extra paint before I clean all the brushes. So if you are a cat, a letter C student at your table, you can actually go put the paint back now because we're done with the paint. And we're just going to add some extra little details with our extra paint here. And if you are student D, the dog, at the table, then you can put my stampers in my sink for me. You can take the 4 stampers from your table and put them in my sink because I'll go ahead and clean these when I have a chance, okay? You guys did an incredible job. I am so proud of you. These are beautiful. If you are a student B, a bear, you can take the artwork from your table once they're done and put them on the trays at your supply station. So put them on a separate tray. That way when the paint dries, it doesn't stick to the paper on top of it because there won't be a paper on top of it. They're going to be on 3 separate trays. And then once they're all dry, I'll collect them, put them in a stack, and I'll pass them back to you guys. Okay? You guys did an awesome job. Once you put the painting away, good job. You can then get out the early finisher worksheets for your table. Okay, the bears can do that. And if you are an alligator at your table, you can get out a pencil and eraser for every student for their early finisher worksheet. And if you are a C student, a cat, you can get the crayons out for your table for the early finisher worksheets, okay? All right, you guys did a great job with this project. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I'll see you next time.